Hi guys, you're so welcome back to this channel narcscon. On this channel we believe that education in relation to the narcissistic personality disorder is essential. It's essential to understand what you have been through with a narcissist in relation to narcissistic abuse, what you may still be going through, or to have this information and be armed with it going forward to protect yourself against the next narcissist that may or may not come along. So today I'd like to impart a really pertinent piece of information, and this will help you understand what you've been through if you have left or been left by a narcissist. It'll also help you deal with a narcissist if you're, say you still have a narcissist in your family or workplace, or you're trying to co-parent with a narcissist, or you get into a new relationship and you're worried about, how to go forward or how to protect yourself just in case they're a narcissist. So let's just get to the beginning of what stimulates a narcissist, the very basics, in order to bring you towards this information in the understanding very clearly of how to implement it and what to do and what not to do to protect yourself and to make your life easier with a narcissist and to actually disempower a narcissist. So given that there's an established narcissistic personality disorder, this is a very ordered disorder in that they all follow the same pattern in principle. There may be tweaks to it, there may be different flavors to it, given the type of person they are and their intelligence level. But the motivators that drive them are the same, and the behavior patterns become predictable, which is one way for people to understand that in this predictability, it is controllable. There is a way to protect ourselves against it once we have the education. And please share it and share your experiences in the comments, because everyone needs to know this. Children need to know this. Growing up, it should be part of everyone's education. So narcissists develop differently to what I just call human beings. People of empathy, but just human beings. Narcissists decide, due to often traumatic experiences, but sometimes not so traumatic. I believe this is genetically determined, as well as, the nature versus nurture argument, as well as where a child is placed and how they're treated. But I do believe there's a disposition towards narcissism within families that is passed down, that is generational, and that needs to be broken. But I digress. So narcissists decide that they're going to live their lives having control of other people and manipulating people in order to get their needs met, and their needs being emotionally regulated by controlling and manipulating. Their emotions regulated so that they feel okay about themselves, their form of happiness, which is empowerment, and that they don't feel as much pain as they would if they weren't getting their emotions regulated from the outside, externally. Other people with empathy, don't live their lives by manipulating others. They live their lives by doing their best. In general now, people aren't perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. But in general, by empathizing, cooperating, compromising, loving, and being productive. So we have two types of human being here, two types of ways of interacting with the world. So narcissists will control, and they say that narcissists control and manipulate as a self-defense mechanism. And it is a self-defense mechanism in that that's the way they survive in the world. But I would say to you that it's a very offensive defense mechanism, because in order to regulate themselves, if someone threatens their control, they will try and destroy that individual to regain a heightened sense of control within themselves. So it's an extremely destructive way to go about living. Mostly the people who get the brunt of the narcissist's malignancy, darkness and destructiveness are people whom they invest in hugely. And this can be family members, or if a work colleague threatens what they want to get. And of course, the intimate partner. Their intimate partners are the ones that suffer most, because they're the ones the narcissist needs to control. And even after a narcissist has left you, the narcissist still seeks to control their intimate partner, because they've invested so much time and effort in them. They actually feel an ownership, a sense of ownership over the object of their desire. So control and manipulation are everything to the narcissist. And the method to control and manipulate ordinary human beings is emotional control. They can only control other people, you and I and anyone that has empathy, by controlling our emotions. Our emotions regulate their emotions. So this is essential to understand when you're dealing with a narcissist. Normal human beings are, as I think I've said before, like emotional vending machines. They can push the buttons on us and trigger us and get their emotions regulated, and also get their needs met in relation to getting money from people, getting people to serve them, getting people to do as they want, getting, homes to live in, getting all their practical needs met as well as their emotional. So guys, here comes the very relevant point. How do narcissists get this control of us? And how do they manage to make life excruciating for us at different times, and also amazingly, exquisitely pleasurable at different times? They do both of these things in the love bomb stage, setting themselves up for being able to take full control at the devaluation stage. So let me explain that further. In the initial engagement stage, when a narcissist hooks into you, they hook in intensely and they really concentrate on you. And this may not even be an intimate relationship, but as I say, it's often the most obvious in an intimate relationship. They hook into you and they concentrate on you intensely, so that there's like a plug-in to you, like they put a USB into you, for want of a better analogy, and they information gather. What they will do is they will listen and they will observe. They will question. So it's like you fill out a questionnaire, they're a computer, and they input the information they get from you. They will seek to find out what really makes you tick, what your interests are, what you really love, what is your passion, what do you really, really love. And then they will turn around and they'll give it to you. They will essentially do their best to make your dreams come true in terms of how you feel, in terms of loving you up, in terms of praising you and putting you on a pedestal, making you feel like you're the most important person in the world, and that you're very special, that you're very individual to them, that there's only one person like you and you're the person for them. Then what they will do is gain your trust in this love bomb stage, and they will seek to find out what is the thing that you most despise, your sorest point. What is your biggest wound? What has somebody done to you before that's really upset you and caused you pain? That's your thing that would shake you off your pedestal, that would rock your boat, destroy you. And because you're feeling exquisitely loved up and believing in the illusion and fantasy that the narcissist is creating for the two of you, you will tend to feel that you're with the one and open up, maybe open up and tell them things that you've never shared with anyone, that you only start to realize yourself because of the intense questioning and the intense experience that you have with the narcissist. Your need to communicate, to finally complete yourself, to feel that there is a chance that you can complete yourself with this other person, instead of actually continuing on your own individual journey in life and completing yourself by yourself, within yourself. So you will maybe say to the narcissist, the worst thing a person could do to me was what so-and-so had done to you, or what you would imagine would be the worst thing for you personally, the customized worst thing for you. What would be your worst experience? And you'll even give them the intimate details of what that would actually look like, sound like, and feel like. And you may even say to them, you know, as you're getting more together or you're starting to live together, the one thing I'll ask you to please never do, please never do this to me. I don't mind if you do this, A, B, C, D, just don't do F to me, please. That's all I'll ever ask of you. And you kind of feel you've really shared, you know, everything with this person. You will find that the narcissist, when they're in the devaluation stage or the discard stage with you, they will do F to you. And you will be so exasperated by, how can this person do exactly what I asked them not to do to me? Exactly what I told them would destroy me. They are doing this to me at this point in time. People are incredulous at the absolute abysmal cruelty of the narcissist. That's the narcissist's reaction to you having threatened their control, to them feeling that when they're discarding you, that you've done something to offend them. Remember, you didn't have to do anything to offend the narcissist. The narcissist rewrites history. So if the narcissist finds a new supply that they would prefer to be with, they have to make you wrong in their minds, and they have to punish you for your transgression and justify their terrible behavior in dumping you and hopping to somebody else. So you have to be punished, essentially. And in order to punish you 110%, they'll do exactly what you ask them never to do to you. So I know you get it, guys. This information is essential, particularly if you're, say, trying to co-parent with a narcissist, which is a horrendous task. If you give the narcissist information on what you want, or what you're, say, doing with the children, or whatever's important to you, or tell them that you have an important function coming up that you need them to babysit for, or you can imagine translate that into the workplace. You know, you have an important meeting coming up and you'd like them to do a task for you that needs to be done, but so that you can concentrate on the meeting, and that task is essential. The narcissist won't do that task. They'll come up with a reason they'll be sick, or they'll come up with a reason why they couldn't at the last minute, in order to control you, in order to be in control of a situation, in order to punish you for a transgression, in order to destroy you so that you're weaker and they're stronger. Information sharing is essential not to do with a narcissist. Once you have an inkling that a person is a narcissist, or has gone against you, or has shown narcissistic disorder, personality disorder pattern of behavior, don't share. Don't tell them what makes you happiest. Don't tell them what makes you saddest. Don't tell them what you're doing where you're going, how you feel, or how you think. It's often people will say, you know, in coaching, etc., it was too late. I didn't realize they were a narcissist. It's never too late. I mean, narcissists pick up information from energy as well as what you tell them. And that's why, of course, people say to go grey rock and not to show emotions around a narcissist. The only way a narcissist can control you is by observing your emotions. Your emotional output gives them information. You give them information by telling them things, telling them where you're going, what you're doing, how you're feeling, what you dread and what you love. You can really protect yourself going forward if you keep your information private and you don't emotionally react to a narcissist. Your emotional reactions feed their computer information on you. You're an object that is propelled or manipulated when the computer gets an idea of what your emotions are. They'll also use their manipulations that we all know about in this community, like gaslighting, triangulation, isolating, all those different manipulations narcissists use on you, and they gauge your emotional reaction to them, and that gives them a blueprint of how to control you as an individual. It's as if in their brain they have your measure, they have your emotional blueprint, and once they have that, and once you don't know that you're dealing with a narcissist, they have control over you. Now, the situation is, you know they're a narcissist, they have a certain amount of information on you, but you want their computer to go haywire, ziz all over the place, and no longer have control over you. You change your reaction to the narcissist by not reacting, by not giving any further information. And their emotional blueprint of you, they try to hold on to. They'll press and press and press and keep doing the same thing. And if the same thing isn't triggering you, they'll try another manipulation. But if nothing triggers you, because you have the education about who you're dealing with, and you're not giving them information, and their flying monkeys aren't able to obtain any further information from you, the narcissist no longer has any power over you. And therein, guys, lies the key. So the main points of this information are not to give information and not to emotionally react to a narcissist. And therein lies the key to your personal power, to your escape, and to your protection going forward in the world when you may encounter a narcissist. Have a lovely Christmas, guys, if I don't see you beforehand, and stay safe. And remember, there's a whole new year ahead, and it's yours. It's nobody else's, it's yours. And you don't have to give it or give any emotional reaction to any narcissists that may come across your path. Stay safe, guys. See you soon. Bye.